Welcome into Tennessee Titans Now. I am your host, RC Maxfield, and NFL Network released its latest power rankings heading into the 2021 season, and your Tennessee Titans ranked as the 11th best team in the NFL, at least according to NFL Network, and sitting at first in the AFC South. I don't think that should come as any surprise in terms of the Titans sitting at number one. But what was interesting was some of the top teams in the top 15. So we're going to run through the top 15 of the NFL Network Power Rankings, starting at number one. And no surprise, it's the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. The Super Bowl champs should be at number one. And, you know, the team they played in their home stadium should be at number two, and they indeed are in the Kansas City Chiefs. The Buffalo Bills come in at number three, Green Bay at number four. Maybe there's some dysfunction there up in Lambeau, but at least right now they have them as the fourth best team in football. The Baltimore Ravens come in at number five. Switching to the West Coast now, you have the Los Angeles Rams and Seattle Seahawks coming in at 6 and 7. The Cleveland Browns sit at 8. The San Francisco 49ers, is it going to be Jimmy G? Is it going to be Trey Lance? Sit at number 9. And then they have a bounce back potentially in Ben Roethlisberger at number 10 with the Pittsburgh Steelers coming in there. Then come your Tennessee Titans at number 11, just ahead of the Fighting Justin Herberts out there in Los Angeles, with the Chargers coming in at 12, Saints at 13, Patriots at 14, and the Miami Dolphins at 15. Now, in order for the Tennessee Titans to live up to this billing and maybe even go higher, the Titans defense just strictly has to be better. You have one of the highest paid safeties in the NFL in Kevin Byard, and he just didn't play like that last year. The big question mark, however, on that defense comes down to two spots. Is the young interior defensive lineman and Jeffrey Simmons going to help the pass rush a little bit more in terms of the guys that they brought in terms of Autry and Bud Dupree? Is he going to be healthy? And then also, is that DB group going to live up to the potential that they have in terms of their draft billing, whether that be Caleb Farley or Christian Fulton? Obviously, you bring in the Jackrabbit, but overall, the defense is going to have to be a little bit better than it was last year, because you had one of the best offenses in football last year, and now you add Julio Jones to the mix, and you expect it to maybe take the next step up. Obviously, you lose your offensive coordinator in Arthur Smith to the Atlanta Falcons, but that offense should still be at a high level. It all just comes back to the defense in terms of if you want to be a top 10 team in the NFL. How did the AFC South pan out, though? Obviously, the Tennessee Titans are up there at the top at number 11 in the NFL, and then the Indianapolis Colts at 16, which I kind of found surprising in the sense of I'm guessing that they're having Carson Wentz start week 1 if they're going by these power rankings, and I guess it is possible, but 5 to 12 weeks puts him closer to week 4 in that range than it does week 1 if he lives up to the middle of that 5 to 12 week timeline for his foot. And then you have two of the worst teams in the NFL down there with Jacksonville and the Houston Texans in the bottom 4. But overall, Tennessee not being in the top 10 is a bit surprising. I think that you could have easily put them ahead of Pittsburgh just because of what Pittsburgh did last year, just laying a complete egg against the Cleveland Browns. And I think the Tennessee Titans got better on both sides of the football. Overall, what do these power rankings really even matter anyway? It's a fun discussion to talk about, but I think overall the Tennessee Titans will prove that they are a top 10 team in the NFL. But again, it all comes back down to that secondary and pass rush. Both have been big problems for the Titans in recent years. But hey, Titans fans, do you agree with the placement of the Tennessee Titans as being the number 11 team in the NFL? Type Y for yes, N for no. I'll probably say yes for right now. It's probably an approve it stage for me, just going back to that defense. But overall, I think when the 2021 season is over, I think the Tennessee Titans will be squarely in the top 10 in all of the power rankings.